Why, hello there, everybody. Today I am with Sharon Moore of Pet Carers Bendigo, all the way in Australia. Sharon was a member of my spring mastermind. Is that right?
Mastermind.
Okay. And we are coming together to discuss her experience in the program. Sharon was somebody who had an amazing business already. She had a lot of foundations that she came in with a lot of know-how, and she added so much to our community. I miss her terribly because she was the bomb. One of the best things about Sharon is that you came to all the calls. Regardless of our time difference, you showed up. You were a member of the group. You gave your feedback. You gave your experience, your opinions. You asked questions, and you made it a priority, regardless of the timing.
Yep, absolutely. So, and regardless of where any of the pet sitters are in the world, we can log in and we can all be part of this community and in these video calls. So for me, it was great. I could ask you questions in real time. I could watch the recordings later. And, you get ideas from other sitters as well. Different things will work in different parts of the world, but some of it's, really transferable. So, and it can be really isolating to have your own pet sitting business.
Yes.
And, to know you're not alone, that you share some of the same struggles and highs and lows. Yeah, those calls are really important to be part of in the mastermind program.
So yeah, now when they apply to be part of the program and, they're signing their agreement, as a question, I promise to show up and be on the calls and be a part of the community, because that's such a major part of the experience, each other. Getting feedback from, your peers and being able to ask them questions as well as me. So yes. All righty. So Sharon, tell us a little bit about your business.
So I bought Pet Carers as an established business. I'd worked, my background is many and varied jobs, and I'd spent a year working for one of the local shelters where I used to live. And I knew working with animals was something I wanted to do long term. So I'd moved to Bendigo in rural Victoria, Australia. And I did some office work when I first moved over here. But, once you've been working with animals, it's just not fulfilling anymore. So
right.
I worked for the original owner of Pet Carers for a year. And when she put the business on the market, I bought it. So I've been in business 7 years now. So it's probably been, could have been a year since I finished the program with you. And, I built it up, but it was a bit of a slow haul and, a bit of a slog. So I'd done some of your smaller programs and I'd followed you on Facebook. And so when I saw the mastermind program came up and I was like, will I, won't I, will I? Procrastinated a little. And then I went, if I'm going to get serious about growing a business and getting it to a level where I know it's capable of getting to, then yeah, definitely had to sign up with you, Colleen.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you did. So you made an investment in yourself and in your business, which is very scary for a lot of pet sitting business owners, especially those who are just starting out or have a very young business and they think, oh my gosh, I can't make an investment like that. Did you have some of those thoughts, or did you know right away, that this would pay off?
Yeah, and it's one of those things. You get those little niggles in your head about, oh, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? And I'd encourage anyone, especially if they're in the early years of the business, invest in this early. I wasted so much money taking a scattergun approach to marketing because I thought everything would work, and you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So if I'd done that in the first year, my business would have gone through the roof. I would have been able to implement so many of your ideas.
And you just save so much time. It's like all the time. How much, if you think about your time is your biggest asset, right? So if you put $1 onto your time, all the money you're actually wasting by not having a proven framework and a proven model and proven strategies that are going to get you results.
Correct. Why reinvent the wheel?
Right.
You've been there, you've done that, you've proven what's worked. So, you've got all the tools and you've got the video conferences and you've got, I've got a very thick book here with all of my pet nanny coach information. I wasn't going to recreate that.
And And you did the work. That's the thing. Like, you have to show up and you have to do the work. Show up to the calls, watch the trainings, ask the questions, and put it into action. When you put it into action is where you get the results.
Absolutely. And look, I've still got things that I want to implement from the program. It's one of those things you've got to balance out, not only work life, but prioritize, when you go through the whole list of things in the class, pick out things that are going to help your business straight away. If you need policies and procedures, if you need a pet sitter, pet care onboarding program, if your marketing is what's needing some work, pick those things and start on those first. So I've still got things that I want to implement, but from what I've implemented already from your program, my turnover increased 35% every month, and it's been really consistent all the way through. And I have no doubt there's going to be further growth that'll come from actually implementing everything that's in the system. So,
all right. So turnover here means, in the United States, means that you're turning over your staff. So in Australia, what's turnover mean?
Financial turnover, how much income we're producing.
Right. It's awesome. And so do you mind sharing some numbers? Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So I saw some growth, and it seemed to stagger. It would be every second year that I'd, to be consistent for 2 years, and then I'd see a jump. So what I've seen now is that within the 6 months of doing the program, my turnover went from between 12 to 14,000 a month. It's now consistently at 18,000 a month.
Nice. Oh, so good. And just going to continue to compound now that you have
correct
implemented. And when you implement absolutely everything, the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah.
And I like how you brought up about, when you go into the program, there's a lot of information. I didn't leave anything, to guesswork. But everything's modular, meaning that, again, if you need help with marketing, you should focus there. If you really need a hiring system, you can start with the hiring module. If you really need to set up systems and processes so you can delegate, then you would start with module 5, systems and processes. You're creating your SOP drive. So that's an important thing that you pointed out about the program that I'm very proud of. One doesn't have to necessarily build on the other. It's a program that I've built where you can pick and choose what you need at what time. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. And congratulations on
that flexibility was really important.
Okay, awesome. All right. So what did you enjoy most about the program?
I gotta say, probably, in addition to the nuts and bolts and the really practical steps of what to implement, it was the sense of community, because we've also then gone on, we've got a Facebook page and we can all still bounce ideas off each other. But it was about taking care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Pet sitter burnout is really common in this industry, as you know. Mm-hmm. But owner burnout, when you're still doing the pet sitting in the early years, you haven't, just left yourself in the office and left the carers to do all the work. So it's, you encourage us to do things like meditate and take time out and work on business, not just in the business.
Right.
And when I'd got to the 5-year mark, I'd really burnt out.
Right.
So, self-care was really important.
And you need to be reminded of that sometimes. Sometimes, unfortunately, we don't take care of ourselves. I know I didn't take care of myself at all in my business when I first started it. I was constantly out doing the pet sitting, staying at people's houses. I ate like crap. Sorry to use the word, but I did. I ate badly. And taking time to sit down, slow down, take a moment for yourself. Say no to pet sits maybe one Saturday, or team up with somebody that you can have do visits for you. I would rather you hire and build a team and such, but really the self-care is so, so, so important in the pet sitting industry. I'm so happy you brought that up. But sometimes it's just a reminder to say, hey, slow down, take care of yourself, because if you are burned out, the business is not going to thrive and you may quit.
And that's right. And I got to a stage in my life where I went, I know what I need to be doing. I need to be working with animals. And if I'd burnt myself out and had to go back to working for someone else again, I would have felt like a failure.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know if I could ever even think about doing that. After you're out on your own and you're with the animals, you're making your own money. Oh, yeah. The thought of that is just, ugh.
Exactly right.
All right. So if someone called you and said, why should I do business with Colleen? Why should I join the mastermind? What would you tell
I would say Colleen knows her stuff inside and out. And if you're serious about growing this business and it's not a hobby for you, if you want to be successful, if you don't want to reinvent the wheel, if you want practices that are tried, true, tested, definitely work with Colleen. How much more convenient can it be than sitting at your own desk, doing video conferences, having all this information supplied to you? The investment in you and your business is absolutely worthwhile.
Awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Sharon. You were really one of my star students of all time. I thoroughly enjoyed having you, and I miss you so much. I tell you that all the time in the free Facebook group. But you're still such an active member, to the community,
Yeah.
which I really, really appreciate. But thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Pleasure,
And
Colleen. I have absolutely loved working with you.
Oh, great. All right. I'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.